Have you heard of the vengeful ghost of La Llorona? The legend is about a woman named Maria who wanders around dark bodies of water with mournful cries piercing the night's darkness. She cries out in sorrow over the children she drowned. After her children drowned, Maria realized what she had done and threw herself into the water, hoping to reunite with them in the afterlife. But instead, she had committed the ultimate sin and was cursed to spend her life on earth looking for her children. She is said to attack or lure in lost children that venture outside after darkness falls. Whether or not you believe in the legend of La Llorona, whatever you do, if you hear her wails in the distance, you should run. I have two stories from Margaret Palladino, who you may have seen in the comments of my videos and my questions. She sent me two stories where her parents ran into the weeping woman, known as La Llorona. The first story happened to Margaret's mother. One late evening, when Margaret's mother was very young, her family returned home long after nightfall, when her appa noticed a woman wandering around the railroad tracks nearby. Appa and Amma rushed to get their kids inside to safety as quickly as possible, but Appa still decided he should investigate further to ensure the woman was okay. Still, the closer he got, he noticed she was eerily floating above the tracks. The entire family watched from the windows as Appa got closer and closer to the floating entity until she completely vanished. Margaret's mother believes the ghost they saw on that night was none other than La Llorona. The next story happened to Margaret's father when he was around 5 years old. On a shopping trip in town, his mother had forgotten to buy kerosene, which was essential as they did not have electricity in their house and relied on it for everything. And while the spirit of La Llorona is known for going after children wandering around the darkness, getting the kerosene was necessary. So off went Margaret's young father, venturing through the darkness with his siblings to fetch the much-needed kerosene. With no street lights along the road, the children walked with only the light of the moon to help lead the way. With the kerosene pail in hand, the kids walked near an old abandoned house rumored to be haunted. The house was deteriorating more each day, with the balcony floor almost completely rotted out, not strong enough to even hold the weight of a bird. Like all spooky houses, no one wants to get too close. So out of habit, Margaret's dad and his siblings crossed the street so as not to be lured in by whatever haunted the old home. Finally reaching the store, the clerk filled their pail of kerosene to the brim, making it incredibly heavy. So heavy that it required 2 people to now carry it home. Margaret's father and his sister held the handle tightly as they started to head home. Now heading home, they had to once again cross the path of the haunted and terrifying-looking abandoned house. The closer they got, the clearer the outline of a woman floating above the balcony became. The balcony that had rotted away to nothing but nails and dust. Terrified, the kids rushed past the house with the ghostly woman watching from above. Then, in a state of pure fear, both kids let go of the bucket of kerosene and booked it home. Thankfully, they made it safely and told their mother what had happened. About the darkness, the missing floor of the balcony, and the floating woman who had to have been a ghost. Not bothered by the story, Margaret's grandma got angry as the kids left the kerosene behind. So Margaret's dad and his siblings, utterly terrified, headed back to the haunted house where they had left the pail of kerosene. They approached the house slowly, scared out of their minds, and as they got closer, they bravely looked up at the balcony, and the ghostly woman was gone. They managed to get the kerosene back home and now had a terrifying story of when they saw La Llorona floating around in the darkness. Did you grow up hearing stories about the legend of the weeping woman? Or have you ever met the ghost of La Llorona? Thank you so much to Margaret for sending me the horrifying stories of her parents' run-in with La Llorona. They're both incredibly spooky encounters, but I'm glad they both ended up back home, safe and sound from the ghost of La Llorona.